Hey, how you doing, YouTubers? It's Leo Alderpald, and I am smoking a fag. So, I thought I'd do a bit of an update, because a lot's happened since I last did a video for YouTube, an awful lot. So, as you can see by my surroundings, I'm not actually in Papua New Guinea. I am in my house in Exeter, England. My last video, I was out in the jungle, recovering from an illness, which I thought at the time was malaria, but as it transpired it was pneumonia. So I got ill for a bit. I came back to the UK to recover and take advantage of our wonderful National Health Service that we have here. Socialised healthcare, guys. It's a very good thing. Didn't cost me a penny to get fixed up. So I've been in the UK now for a couple of months, and unfortunately I've also resigned from my job in Papua New Guinea, which I'm pretty sad about. But unfortunately circumstances are what they are over there. The country is exceptionally corrupt. The organisation for whom I was working, the university, is likewise. Unfortunately there's been a bit of a coup in the organisation, and some very deeply embedded, very nasty, corrupt and greedy people have pretty much taken over the organisation. They're not interested in providing good education for Papua New Guinean people. They're interested in predominantly getting the house, the salary, a car, and not having to do any work for it. So unfortunately it got to a point where, well, my boss resigned himself, and it was really no longer tenable for me to do the job that I was doing over there. So that's it. The Papua New Guinean adventure is kind of over relatively shortly after it started, less than a year after it started. And I'm back in the UK again. So I will most likely be going back to work for the organisation for whom I was working before, the UK Forest Service, at least for a while, so that I can get my next plan in order, which is to go and do FSC audits for, that's Forest Stewardship Council, audits for companies around the world, checking their chain of custody and forest management practices and so on. But it will be a good little while before I can get on board that stuff. But in the meantime, yeah, well, I'm back here. I'm back with my girl, back in my house, and fully recovered now from my illness, fortunately. But yeah, back in this hemisphere, in this part of the world. So yeah, what to say? That's pretty much it in a nutshell, unfortunately. I was a bit sad. I've got a lot of good friends in PNG. I've got a good network of people there. I was very well liked in the community and got on very well with everybody. But unfortunately, the nature of working in developing countries is that yeah, the corruption is certainly in that place is endemic. In reality, probably no more so than it is in this country. The only problem is really here it's more bureaucratic and more legalized. But in any case, yeah, the forestry degree program that I said over there is going to fall by the wayside now, because there's just nobody qualified to teach it. But yeah, it's unfortunate, because if any country in the world needs a good forestry education, it's Papua New Guinea. I will hope that in the future I'll have an opportunity to go back and do some other work, but not for a government agency. Because, yeah, unfortunately the Wontok system, which is a kind of system of nepotism, if you like, that's particularly unique to PNG, makes achieving things there very, very difficult, if not impossible. And at this time, certainly, and until the the administrative regime in the university changes and the council changes, then the work that I'm doing there, unfortunately, is just not going to go anywhere. People will continue to have a really crappy education, and there's nothing I can do about it as an individual. So I have to, take care of myself as well. But there you go. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. The last few months have been extreme stress, so I haven't been doing anything online. I want to send out an apology immediately right now to Vogie73, my good friend Wolfgang from Germany. I know he came over here to the UK a couple of weeks ago, and at that time I was still quite ill. I was still quite ill, and I was kind of in and out of hospital a little bit, and doctors, things like that. So I didn't get a chance to catch up with Wolfgang yet on Skype or by the phone, on the phone while he was here in the UK. So my apologies for that, my friend. I will be in touch very soon. The Skype on my laptop doesn't seem to be working, or rather the video camera on my laptop doesn't seem to be working, which is why I'm recording this on my mobile phone. But I'm on the up and up again, and that's about it, I guess, really, at the moment. I will do a few more interesting videos from the UK again, at least in the meantime, while I sort out something else. I hope you guys are all doing well. Sorry I've not been able to get online, do a video or anything for ages, but I figured I'd owe you guys a bit of an update for August, what's been going on in the last few months. So long story, and I'm not going to cram it all into this video, but that's kind of it in a nutshell, really. So with that, I'm going to sign off and catch up with all you guys again real soon. When I won't be smoking a fag, I shall be smoking something a bit nicer in the pipe. But the weather over here, to be honest, it's been crazy hot here ever since I came back. I think I've maybe seen 3 days of rain, if that, in the two and a half months that I've been back in the UK. And pipe smoking's just not been doing it for me recently, so I think mostly because I brought all burley tobaccos here. I have no good Virginias, so anyway, ramble over. I'll catch you guys soon. Take it easy.